Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to another remake video. Today, I'm going to show you how to remake Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black, so let's get straight to it. Now, I know some of you believe that this track was a sample of Inti Illuminati's track, El Aprecido, but after listening to the sample and trying to work it into the track, I felt that Metro replayed everything and his team. I don't think they just took the sample and flipped it. But I could be wrong. He might have just taken the sample, put some gross beat on it, and called it a day. But I'm not going to be using that sample. I'll be creating everything from scratch right now in Logic. So the first thing that we're going to do is set the tempo to 86 beats per minute. And let's give ourselves a 2-bar region. And we'll start off with that guitar sound. And since we're using Logic stock plugins, we are going to use its acoustic guitar as the main sound. Let's use the classical acoustic guitar. And let's draw in that pattern. So that duplicates itself like that. And then there's a little change up that happens over here. So this is the main pattern. Let's just go ahead and pitch that down. All right, let's leave that at that. Next, let's go over to our side and just apply some EQ. Now, the EQ that I feel would work for this here is already a preset. Let's go under EQ Tools, and it's called the Megaphone EQ. Or this one. Next, let's go ahead and add in some overdrive. Next, I'm just going to pull up the reverb here amount. Now, if you listen to the original track, the El Precido track that inspired this track, the guitars are on the right channel and that flute sound is on the left channel. So I want to inspire that or kind of use that in my remake as well. So we're going to push our guitars more to the right side. All right, next we're going to duplicate this track, and we're just going to layer up this guitar. Let's bring this down. And we're just going to bring in another guitar here. It's the acoustic guitar harmonics. Let's just pitch this up 1 octave. That's pretty much the guitars right there. Next, let's go ahead and get that flute sound. So let's create a new software instrument track. And we're going to be using some flutes here. And let's see which ones we use. I think it was the Native American flute right here. Now let's draw in that pattern. Now this pattern is 4 bars. So let's go ahead and duplicate that. And let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. so that's that first part right there. I'm just going to duplicate this up here. We'll soften up these notes. Let's go over to the B part, or the next 2 bars. I'm going to copy everything over. Everything pretty much stays the same except this last note over here. It goes up. I'll duplicate this one as well, and we get something like this. Let's soften this on up. And like I said earlier, the flutes were more to the left, so let's go ahead and pan this over to the left. Alright, so that's pretty much our foundation of the track right there. Next, let's go ahead and bring in those drums. So I'm going to create a new software instrument track. And we're going to bring in Logic's EXS24 sampler instrument. And we're going to be bringing in we're not going to be editing anything. We're going to be bringing in the Tunnel Vision drum kit I put together for this remake. And let's start off with those hi-hats. There's our hi-hats right there. Make sure our velocity is high. Let's change over to our brush tool so it's easier. Let's brush in some 8th note hits. And then let's draw in a quick stutter here. Go back to our 8th note. Actually, it's a faster hit here. Let's go 64th notes. Just close this so we have more room. All right, change back to 8th note. Maybe it's a slower stutter. Let's go 16. And then we bring in some of those 8th here. And there's another stutter somewhere here, I believe. I think it was, let's see here. Let's move this back. I think this was over here. Yeah, and then we had a stutter here. Alright, so that sounds more like the one in the track, or at least the one my memory remembers. Alright, so I'm just going to bring in some overdrive to kind of push out this hi-hat sound, make it a little sharper. We'll add in some reverb here. Actually, let's first add in a spreader to make it a little bit wide. And let's bring in some reverb. We use Logic Space Designer. So let's go ahead and duplicate this track, and we'll bring in that clap. Let's take out these plugins as we don't need them. And let's draw in that clap. That's the snare section. Here's our clap right there. All right, that's our clap right there. Next, let's go ahead and, well, since we heard the snares here, let's go ahead and bring in the snares. And the snare is actually just a 2-bar pattern, I believe, that happens at the end of each 4 bars. So let's get to that. Let's just loop this last section over here. All right, so that's our snare pattern right there. Let's go ahead and just do that. Let's go ahead and duplicate that track. And let's go ahead and bring in our open hat. Let's go ahead and duplicate that track and bring in our kick. Now the kick is fairly simple. Actually, I think the kick was back here. All right, so that's it for our drums right there. Next, let's go ahead and bring in our 808s. Let's create a new software instrument track. And we're going to bring in Logic's ES2 synthesizer. And we're going to bring in that preset that we always use in every tutorial, that 808 preset. And let's draw in that region. Actually, this kick doubles, so let's go like this, fix that. And let's go to a nice low octave and draw in that 808 pattern. There's our 808 pattern right there. Let's go ahead and open up our 808 preset to kind of adjust that to the song. Just gonna bring a little bit of drive. So there's pretty much the pattern right there for Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black. Now I know there's some change ups in the drums throughout the entire song, but this is for the most part the foundation to what is throughout the entire record. All right, so next let's go ahead and arrange this beat. Let's go ahead and just drag this out over here. We'll start off with these guitars. Then we'll bring in this flute over here. Let's push this back. Then over here, we'll bring in the clap. Let's push this another 4 bars back. Let's bring in the clap here. We'll bring in the hi-hats here as well. All right, let's bring back everything here. So it goes like that for a little bit, and then we'll take out the flute. And we get something like that. Again, it's not exact to the song itself, but the foundation is there. So sit back, relax, and let's take a listen to what we just put together. So that right there is the remake of Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black, remade in Logic Pro X using nothing but Logic stock plugins. Now we could probably get a more closer to the original type sound if we were able to use third-party plugins, but I like to use stock Logic sounds just so that when you guys download the session, you have everything in front of you. If you want me to incorporate more third-party plugins, I will so in my future remakes. So for you Logic users out there, I am going to go ahead and save this entire session for you guys. Place that as a downloadable link in the description box below. And of course, for your non-Logic users, I got your back. I'm going to go ahead and export all the MIDI stems and include any samples that you heard in this session as well. Also find that in the description box below this video. If you do have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comment section below. And for more great videos like this one, remember to hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Later.